history of fighting tax rate increases because they never get to the heart of the problem. And if you want more revenues in the system, you've got to have tax reform that is going to clean up the code. History has proven that that works. Just raising rates, it doesn't get us where we need to be. What my constituents are saying, and I think this is the same for many of our members on both sides of the aisle, it is you've got to address the spending, you have to address the entitlements. What the federal government is spending, this debt, the trillion-dollar annual deficits, it's got to go. You've got to get this under control. And what our constituents were saying was, look, you really don't have a revenue problem. What you do have is a spending and priority problem. Let's get this house in order.
But what we have right now is a time problem. We have no time. And it's so unfortunate because we have known this was coming all along. We consistently do this. We save this to the last minute. You know, we're going to have deja vu all over again and have the same exact show this time next year because we will inevitably kick the can to next year. This is so disheartening to the American people because we all got our houses in order.
Well, and I totally agree with you. And I can assure you there are millions of women around this country that are saying exactly what you're saying. Didn't you see this coming? And indeed, the House has passed bills. You can look at reconciliation that was passed on May 10th, tax extenders on August 1st, sequestration August 2nd, the pathway to tax reform on September 19th. Many of those bills passed with bipartisan support in the House. They were sent to the Senate. Harry Reid needs to decide which of those bills he wants to lift from the desk, take up, and take action on. It is time for the Senate to do their job. Plus, I didn't even mention the House passes a budget every year and sends to the Senate, and we're at over 1,300 days since the U.S. Senate has passed a budget. So we agree with you. We agree with you. They need to do their job.
Look, conservatives called last night's non-vote on Plan B a great day for America. But does it weaken Speaker Boehner's negotiation position with the White House?
Actually, quite the contrary. What it does is Speaker Boehner is stronger now than he has ever been. And here's the reason why. Rather than trying to coerce and twist and turn, what he did was to say the House has worked its will. The will of the House of Representatives is regular order. It is orderly process. It is taking our bills and our budgets through the regular committee process, passing them, many with bipartisan support, on the floor of the House, sending them to the Senate. It is time for Harry Reid to decide that he will be a leader. Leaders make choices, and the choices Harry Reid is making are not serving the American people well because his choice is a choice of inaction. And he is continuing to kick this can down the road. He needs to man up, do his job. The American people expect it.
And that's the perfect last line for that. Representative Blackburn, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us.
It's always good to be with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Everyone has to man up.
That's right.
Come on now. The country's like dangling here. All right. Well, there's much more ahead on the Fiscal Cliff and the market reaction. The Dow still down about 139 points. Big money strategist Tom